What's your name?
Patricia.
Nice to meet you, Patricia. Tell us, how old are you?
I'll be 42 July 15th.
Oh, your birthday coming up, huh? What do you got plans?
For my birthday, I don't have anything planned. Hoping that I will be away in rehab or, in a recovery home somewhere away from here.
That's great to hear. What was the best birthday gift you ever received?
Probably it would have been a ring that I got from my husband that someone stole from me.
I'm sorry to hear that. Let's talk about where are you from originally?
I'm from Delaware County, Ridley Park area. I grew up on South Avenue in the Woodstream condominium. But I would say I'm from here too because since I was like 14, I've been coming out here to Kensington.
Why so young?
I was hanging out with this older kid. His name is Steve Kemp. He's probably gonna watch this and hear his name, but I was hanging out with him, and he got me and a bunch of my friends addicted to heroin.
What was your first drug experience like?
Well,
I just had to do
my
some.
first drug experience was when I was 11. My sister was babysitting me, and we had stole some weed from my parents. And she's like, "Come on, let's smoke." And I smoked I think it was 2 joints and 6 bowls. And then her boyfriend came over with this beer called EKU. It was from Germany, and I think I drank like half a beer, and I passed out on the floor. But I remember I was so hot, I was sweating, and I was laying on the floor with my eyes open, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is not good." And I was kind of going to sleep, but I was more or less passing out. And my whole body was sweaty. I could hear everything and see, but I couldn't talk or move. So yeah, I didn't like it.
Gotcha. How's your How's your day going?
Today, I'm pretty shitty. I had money earlier this morning, and someone cut my pants open, my pant leg literally, and then my pocket, and went into my pocket while I was sleeping and stole all my money and everything. Anything I had that wasn't nailed down, they stole.
Was that the first time you got robbed?
No.
I can imagine because I hear that often
I
out
get
here.
robbed, I think, every day. My friend Eddie, Cash App Eddie, he says they should make a billboard with my face on it that says the most robbed in Kensington. Because I get robbed every day. I get robbed a couple times a day. Because I don't stay awake. I can't stay awake during the day. Because I'm up all night long walking around because of the danger that I could face if I go to sleep. I could be raped or something really bad, murdered, anything. So I stay up.
That's how bad it is out here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta sleep with one eye open.
Yep.
Tell us about your current situation.
I'm homeless. I've been homeless a little over a year. My husband passed away last year, January 28th, from withdrawal from this stuff. And then my kids left him because they didn't feel comfortable in the house where they watched him die, because he died in front of all of us. And then one of my friends, I thought was my friend, I let him come stay with me because I was suicidal. And he went and broke into my husband's filing cabinet and got all our information and stole my cards and cleared out all my accounts. And I wasn't able to pay rent, so that made me homeless. and I just been out here. Oh, well, at first I was trying to kill myself. You know, I didn't really want to live anymore because of what happened. But um, I don't feel that way anymore. Um, I love my children and I know they need me. And I'm trying to get myself together now so that I can get to my kids.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I couldn't imagine. I had similar experience of being, evicted because you got back on the rent, and it wasn't your fault. It was somebody else's doing that put you in that situation. So I
Yeah.
can relate to that 100%. Tell us, what's a day in your life look like from morning to night?
um, Morning, I just get up, I go get a coffee, and a cigarette. And then I go, basically, I sit around at Cassia Betty's house and hang out with people and just basically walk around all day and get high. But I don't really get high, I just stay well. And then, you know, sometimes, most of the time, around like probably 11, 12 o'clock, I'll get on the train or something and ride that to the sub, and then I ride the sub back and forth to sleep because, they don't bother you in there. But um, other than that, I come out here around nighttime when it's just dark and I walk around, like I said, all night, making money, hustling.
What about taking care of your hygiene?
Oh, I go to friends to do that. Or there's a place upon Frankfurt and Allegheny, the Adult Teen Challenge place. They let us take showers and they give you clothes and things like that. Sometimes it's really hard though. I won't get there on time. And then, people want you to pay to so you can take a shower at their house. You don't really have friends anymore.
So it's a hustle out here, right?
Yeah.
Everything is a
Hard.
dollar bill that's involved.
Right.
It's nothing it's hard to get free stuff from people out here. They always got some type of payment that's involved with it.
Right, and it's crazy because, people will say they're my friend. Oh, I'm your friend. They go, oh, that's my sister and all that. But yet, and then when I get money and stuff, I just share whatever I have. I don't ask them for nothing back. But then when I need help, oh no, I gotta have money or something in order to get help. So. And that's
Yeah.
how it is. It's hard out here.
So let's talk about addiction, right?
Hmm.
When did your hardcore drugs addiction begin?
Mine, it's crazy. I didn't start really, I mean, heroin, I started that early. I started that around like the age of 12, 13. My mom would give me and my brother $80 a day, $80 for both of us so that we could go to the mall, go, hang out at the arcade, things like that. We would put our money together and we would buy like food and stuff, clothing, and then our little change or whatever we would, buy weed with. Well, when we started hanging out with Steve Kemp, he introduced us to the heroin.
How old was
But
he?
he was 18 or 19.
What, hanging out with 12 years old and
No,
13?
we were like 13, 14.
But that's still young.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he would hang out with us because we would get money, from our parents. So that we were his money train. But I would only buy maybe like 5, 10. Well, no, this is back when they were $10 bags. So I would only buy like 1 or 2 bags, and my brother would too. But I remember the one day he took my money, went and got the stuff. We went back to his house. And I'm like, where's my stuff at? And he's got the cap with the water in it. And he dumps my bag in and tells me I have to do it that way. I said, I'm not doing nothing that way. That's not you know, how I do it, and I'm not doing it like that. I was like, it's my money, give me my shit. And he had three dudes hold me down while he wrapped the cord around my um, arm and shot me up. And I was like, oh, when I get up, I'm gonna fuck you up. And he was like, let her go, it's cool. And when I got up to fight him, it hit me, and I fell back in the chair. And then that was that. That was the first time I shot up, and the last time I snorted or anything.
So how your family reacted when they found out you was using drugs? Did you tell your family about what happened to you, your mom, your dad?
No, my mom and my dad. I told my dad before my dad died. Me and my dad got really close, and yeah, I told my dad about it. But um, my mom, I never told her about that, but I did. You know, talk to my mom about my addiction and things like that, and you know, my aunt is really harsh with me. You know, she yells at me and, oh, you're on drugs, Patricia. And, you know, she's judgmental, but my mom isn't. And actually, my mom stopped. My mom's been a nurse since she was 18 years old, and she works in, you know, with older residents, you know, nursing homes and stuff. Recently, my mom left the nursing home business and went to detox. So my mother is now working in detox.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
So,
because of me, and my brother's also an addict. My sister died of she was 34. She died of liver and pancreatic cancer about almost 20 years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Where is your brother? Is he out here or somewhere
No,
else?
he's not out here. My brother lives in South
With the mic,
Carolina.
yeah.
Oh, my brother lives in South Carolina, where my mother is.
So he's not on drugs anymore?
No, he's on drugs, but he's out there on drugs, you know.
What was your childhood like?
um, for a while, my childhood was horrible. You know, I was living with my grandparents, and I would go back and forth from my father to my mother, and a lot of abuse and molestation went on.
At who house?
Both,
Both?
yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And I know, like I know one of the reasons I'm afraid of like bugs is because my mom used to, her boyfriend would lock me and my sister in the basement, um, in the dark with no food or water for hours, and we would be like holding each other, and there would be water bugs and roaches and spiders, and we would come up with bites all over us. And it was crazy. So you know that's one of the reasons I'm scared of bugs. You
Yeah, I
know.
can imagine. So yeah, let's talk about, what drugs are you
Currently, I
using?
am using the heroin, which isn't heroin anymore. It's now tranquilizer, xylazine, rhinotrank. It still has fentanyl in it. Um,
Are you sure? Have you tested it?
yeah, I get tested.
Oh, you tested it?
Yeah, I get tested when I go to the doctor's office. So the doctors tell me, you know, what's in my system, and they don't find any opiates besides fentanyl. Other than that, it's xylazine, and then there's cocaine in it, and methamphetamines, and everything is in that stuff. You know, there's nothing out here
That's all
that's
right.
clean.
So do you snort, smoke, or shoot?
I shoot.
How many times a day do you shoot? Oh,
Um,
another train coming. Yeah, they back to back.
it's cool.
Call that the Damon train.
Yeah. Doesn't want us to do this.
So
But
yeah,
yeah, I was saying that nothing's really clean, and I shoot, but I went from shooting 3 bundles a day to I only do about anywhere from 2 to 6 bags a day, if that. And I share my bags with somebody all the time. I never do a full bag. Anything I do, and I do dope and powder, which is cocaine. Um, so I don't do it. If I don't have the coke, I don't do it because I don't want to go to sleep. So yeah.
Gotcha. I'm looking at your legs and you have it wrapped up. What's the situation with that?
That is called a trank wound. From the trank, from shooting it. I don't know how I got it on my leg because I don't shoot in my leg, but they say it goes on the weakest part of your body. And I only have this one. It was from here all the way up here, and it wrapped around my leg 6 months ago, and now it's only like from here to here and
Ha-
there to there.
have you gone to the hospital to get it looked at?
Yeah, I
What?
have several times. They just give me antibiotics and send me back. They send me back out here on the streets.
But they tell you say you have to stop using drugs in order for it to
No, they
fully heal.
don't say that. They don't tell me anything. Honestly, they never. I remember the first time I got it. When it first appeared, it was a big giant bubble right here with 3 holes in it. I went to Jefferson Hospital. For 4 days, they had me lay in a bed. They did not tell me what was wrong with me. They didn't tell me how to take care of it, how to clean it, wrap it, nothing. They didn't even feed me or give me anything to drink for 4 fucking days. So I left.
I hear you.
And then when I went to Temple Hospital, they're the ones who told me what the hell was going on. And they're the ones who really help, a lot. Temple Hospital is really good.
tell us what it feels like being an addict from your perspective.
It feels like shit. Really, it does. I mean, who the fuck wants to look like this, feel like this, be out on the streets?
The mic closer.
I'm sorry, be out on the streets. It's cold at night. It might be warm during the day, but it's freezing out here at night. And I have to sleep on the concrete. I have no blanket, no nothing. And now, because people are cutting my clothes up while I do go to sleep, I have no pants. I'm out here in shorts and a freaking
Yeah,
t-shirt.
talk to the mic. Yeah.
And a t-shirt, see? And then these wounds hurt. It's shitty.
What's your rock bottom?
Where I'm at right now is rock bottom. I don't want to be here. I'm done.
So when you gonna take the steps to go in the right direction?
I've been trying. I want to see my son before I leave. I haven't seen him in a while. And I just want to see him and hug him and kiss him before I go.
Have you tried getting off drugs before?
Yeah, I was clean for 8 years before this.
Damn, that's amazing. Congrats to you. What triggered you?
My husband's death.
Oh, death, that is a big thing for a lot of people. So how are you gonna get around that if death happens and you're sober?
I don't know.
You gotta figure out a better way than drugs.
Yeah, I know.
You see where it leads you to, right?
Yeah. Hopefully there won't be a next time.
Amen. But that's life. Things happen in life to try to trigger you.
Yeah, well, I'm not with anybody, and I'm not going to be with anybody, so.
Yeah. So what made you happy before you took this path? What all the things that you was doing in life that truly made you happy?
I was a mother, a wife. That's it.
How far did you go in school?
In school, I went to the 10th grade. I went halfway through 10th.
Okay. What all jobs have you worked in your life?
Customer service. Basically, I did retail. That's it.
When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see?
I don't know.
You don't look in
Nothing
the-
right now. No, I don't really look in the mirror.
Yeah,
I
a
don't
lot of
want
people
to.
don't. I hear you. It's tough,
Yeah.
Okay, what are your short-term goals?
Right now it's just to, get into rehab, go back to school for a few things, And when I get out of rehab, I'm hoping I can start my own business. So,
Oh, what type of business would you like to start?
delivery service.
Look at you. You got goals.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I hope that happened for you. What are some things you wish people understood about you?
I don't know. Just I'm a good person, and that sometimes bad things happen, and people fall and need help getting back up.
Yeah. All the stuff that you have been through in your life, what lessons have you learned from it?
Never depend on anyone. Do things yourself. That's about it.
Right. There are a lot of people in this world who judge people who struggle with drug addiction. What's your message for the world?
To stop judging. Get to know people first. We're not zombies and demons, and we're not fucked up individuals. Our life is a little fucked up right now, and we've gone through some hard things that we don't necessarily know how to get out of ourselves. So we need help. Just stop judging. Help.
We wish you nothing but success, love. We wish you get up out this nightmare. You have a heart of gold and you're a warrior. And this is just a chapter in your life. Your story is still being written. So don't never give up no matter what life throws at you. You're stronger than you think, all right, dear?
All right, thank you.
So you got it. AML families, welcome our sister to the family. How you spell your name so I won't spell it wrong?
Patricia, and Louden, Louden.
Okay, we'll keep you in our prayers, and you are part of the family, and I'll always see you. We'll do follow-ups. This is not the end. We do follow-ups, and hopefully we'll see you sober one of these days. All right, love?
All right.
Yo, don't be bitter, be better, and we out there. Peace out.